Well, hi guys. We are not late because we had to coordinate this bird over here. We're late because Ellie had to stop at Chick-fil-A on the way back from work. So we just got stuck in the suburban white people line for a long time. All right. So this is Bruno. And there's another bird in the background, by the way. You might hear her. She just flew around the room like 3 times like a bat. So this is Bruno. He's what kind of bird is he?
He's a Jardine.
Did you almost spit out your shake while she was doing that?
It's funny because she never does that.
He's a Jardine, but he's got like a weird beak, right?
He's got such a beak, which means his beak's like this.
Okay.
Instead of like this.
All right,
How
but
your teeth fit?
Kate, see if you can get him close to the camera. I'll move.
He goes, no.
Okay, it's not your day. It's now on my computer. He is do not poop on my computer. I would be so mad.
There you go.
Okay, there he is.
Ooh, is that you?
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, he also gets really fascinated by his own reflection. So I also have, this is not her day. This is Hazel.
Although she can't be without Bruno.
But and Hazel actually likes me, so she. This one actually likes me. Can you hear her talking? Yeah, you can hear her talking. So anyway, so these are our pets today. Real quick, I want to share a couple things with you, and then see if I can get a. Can you? I'm pretty sure that this is all showing up on the microphone right now. Can you get? You guys hear this bird, right? She won't stop singing. Anyway, she tries to do the Addams Family theme song, and it just never works out. But Bruno is supposed to be. Bruno is supposed to be the show right now, so bring him, lean in more. Anyway, so I just know. Okay, so the issue is that Bruno hates me and will seriously like come from across the room to try to kill me. So we're trying to not have that hilarity of him jumping at my face right now. So real quick, I just wanted to share one thing with you guys. I had this encounter with another lawyer where they said something about consultants who've never, run multi-million-dollar practices, telling lawyers how to run practices, and that's so fake and ridiculous. And I've been thinking a lot about this, about the role of experts in general, and I think it's funny for lawyers who, in a sense, sometimes we provide a service, and in that sense, like you just have to have the training to do that service, right? But if we're going to do something more, if we're going to do the work of expertise and be elite, we're going to get into things that we don't do on a daily basis because we're exploring theory, we're exploring principles and ideas, and then trying to advise people so they can make better decisions. So it seems really odd that we who sell expertise, including in circumstances we've never personally lived in before, right? We're out doing probate without having died, right? Or in my case, I did probate with never having a family member die. I just learned how to do it and I went and did it. This idea that you have to have walked this experience, you can't learn the theory, you can't learn the principles, sort of never made sense to me as an argument. I mean, I get the risk. I get the charlatanry, I think is the word. I get that risk, and you've got to be mindful of that. But I do want to point to this podcast interview that was really, really, really interesting. And it's about a lot of things. It's about venture capital funding and where money comes from and all that. The part of this that's relevant to what we're talking about right now is he makes this argument that part of the reason that the 2008 financial crisis happened was because there was a break between academics and practitioners. That academics had long figured out that a lot of the trickle-down economic stuff that we assume to be true is not actually true. That the models had shown for quite a while that didn't operate that way. And that they were warning for a long time about the leverage and about using bad debts and a lot of the things that brought about the 2008 crisis. They had been talking about it for years. And his point was, when you have the academics and the practitioners not connected, when the practitioners are just off doing what they think is true and the academics just off in a bubble, then you get stagnation in the market. Nobody's trying anything new. There's a lot of best practices that are really just regurgitated errors. Does any of this sound familiar? So it's a really interesting podcast, a really good conversation, and I hope that you'll listen to that and think about this. What am I doing to try to incorporate theory? It sounds a little self-serving, but it's not, because I don't sell consulting to law firms. I don't sell coaching to law firms. I consult to tech companies that want to talk to small firms. I have a different relationship there. And in fact, my job is sort of to go take I go on SSRN and read what academics say, turn it into English, and then send it out to practitioners, because I think that bridge is really important. So anyway, I think this is really important. I hope you guys will think about it. The last thing I wanted to just ask you guys about real quick before we say goodbye to Bruno was what you want to do about the Zoom happy hour idea. I had mentioned this the other day. I think I got like 3 people who said they wanted to do it. Really, you don't want to get more than 10 people on one of these happy hour things. It starts to get really clustery, but you need to have, a handful that are interested. So I'm thinking Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Central. So just let me know if that's a time that you guys want to hang out. It's easy for me to set up the link. Just let me know, reach out and let me know if you want those hangout sessions. You guys know I'm always concerned about the lack of connection with solo attorneys, that we're just too darn solo. So I hope you'll take me up on that and we can have some chats. So is Bruno dancing or is he threatening right now?
Dancing.
All right. So last goodbye. Oh, one final thing that I need to ask you guys to do. I need you to put in some Ask Twinsies. Sorry, I'm looking at, there's all these questions on here. I need you guys to put in some Ask Twinsies questions. Put in some Ask Twinsies questions, okay? Use the hashtag. You can ask us about anything. This is tomorrow night. Nick and I are answering these questions at 9 p.m. Central. We just give bad advice. It's like a bad comedy show. It's old white guys. But we do have a special guest tomorrow who is not an old white guy for the win. So pop some Ask Twinsies shows on there. Say goodnight to Bruno. You guys have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.